Ja, hallo zusammen und seid gegrüßt zu einer weiteren Folge von Let's Play The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third. Wir sind in der letzten Folge im neuen Chapter 7 angekommen, wo wir das erste Mal in diesem Spiel das Esther-Haus betreten können, nämlich der Bereich, wo Kevin und Reese aufgewachsen sind und den Großteil ihrer Kindheit und Jugend verbracht haben. Und wir haben beim letzten Mal hier schon ein bisschen mit der Inspektion begonnen und werden uns jetzt mal die Kirche genauer ansehen. Die einzige Ecke, die wir bisher hier noch nicht betreten haben. Und sie ist verschlossen. Glückwunsch. Figures. Is it locked? Yeah. Doof. Well, whatever. We can keep poking around. Das ist jetzt gerade ein bisschen enttäuschend, denn ich bin der Meinung, dass wir schon überall gewesen sind beim letzten Mal. Moment. Wir hatten das Gebäude auf der linken Seite. Es sei denn, es gibt ja noch irgendwas zum Inspizieren, was ich zuletzt gar nicht gefunden habe. Was passiert, wenn ich hier rausgehen will? Das geht scheinbar, aber dann werden wir höchstwahrscheinlich wieder auf der Herb Scenic Route sein, ja. Okay, nee, warte mal, da muss ich jetzt hier irgendwas übersehen haben. Die haben nämlich beim letzten Mal... Warte mal, vielleicht gibt es hier draußen noch irgendwas? Oh, das Lied ist so schön. Diese ganze Ecke hier ist so unfassbar beruhigend. Warte mal, hier muss es noch irgendwas geben, wenn wir in die Kirche nicht reinkommen. Es wird hier wahrscheinlich noch... Ach, warte mal, hier. Hier habe ich es noch nicht probiert, aber gut. The door is stuck fast and doesn't have a keyhole. Doof. Vielleicht hilft ein geschmeidiger Tritt. How does this door open? This is a side entrance that only opens from the inside. We can't get in from the outside. Yeah, if we want to get into the chapel, we're gonna have to go through the front. Wo es allerdings auch abgeschlossen ist. Oder sagen die jetzt hier vielleicht irgendwas anderes? Nee. Ey, ich bin so sicher gewesen, dass ich beim letzten Mal hier alles gefunden habe. Aber dann lass uns nochmal gucken. Warte mal, ich fange mal erstmal unten an. Unten haben wir diesen Bereich. Oh, hier passiert jetzt was Neues. Obwohl ich hier beim letzten Mal eigentlich auch durch die Tür gelaufen bin, oder nicht? Keine Ahnung. There was no sign of anything in there. Our last hope seems to be the chapel. So it seems. What is it, Kevin? Hey, Reese. You were the one responsible for cleaning the chapel that day, right? What day? On Esther House's final day, when Rufina died. Oh ho! That was what I was told when I went to visit the matron afterward, at least. Well, were you? Yeah, I was. Why? I thought so. Check your pockets, Reese. I'm pretty sure the chapel key's in one of them. Huh? Reese began checking the pockets of her habit. Eventually she found an old brass key. Ah, so einfach kann's gehen. Woher wusste das? It can't be. Oh my! This is a surprise. I suppose this is just another manifestation of this world's ability to make thoughts into reality. Honestly, I wasn't entirely sure you'd find it in there, but in all the other areas on this plane there was always a reason to take the person we needed with us. This just goes to show that you really were meant to come here, Reese. But... No, as disbelieving as I am, this is definitely the chapel's key. I suppose all we can do right now is try to go inside. Yeah. Oder sie ist doch ein Pflichtcharakter gewesen. Ich dachte beim letzten Mal noch, dass es Zufall wäre. Also, dass es gut war, sie dabei zu haben. Aber ich wette, wenn ich mit einem anderen Charakter hier reingegangen wäre, wäre ich gar nicht weitergekommen. Aber gut. The door is locked. Before we go in there, Reese, there's something I should warn you about. Once we step through that door, there will be no going back. Und woher weißt du das jetzt wieder? You're going to find out the truth about what happened that day, all of it, and you won't like it. Are you sure you're ready for what you're about to find? Ja. Jetzt habe ich ein bisschen Angst. I'm more than ready. All these years, I've never quite been able to accept what happened here. The life I thought I knew just suddenly came to an end, with us all getting moved to other places, and I still don't even know why. I even tried to come back here just before beginning my training to become a squire, but I had already been demolished. I've been ready for a long time. I want to know the truth. And more than anything, I feel like knowing will let me get closer to you and Rufina. Okay, let's head on in, then. Right. Mir macht nur Sorge, dass Kevin meinte, dass sie dort auf irgendwas stoßen wird, was ihr nicht gefallen wird. Kevin, I can't deny my overwhelming sense of curiosity, but would it be best if the rest of us were to wait outside? No, actually I prefer if you came in with me. This is relevant to you guys too, in a sense. Okay. Das macht es jetzt gerade nicht weniger spannend, aber ich fand, das war ein sehr edler und wertschätzender Schachzug von Olivier, das vorzuschlagen. Wow. Dieses wunderschöne Buntglasfenster haben wir beim letzten Mal schon von außen gesehen. It all started 5 years ago. A Jägerkorps someone had hired took this place over out of nowhere. By the way, how much do you remember of that day, Reese? Just so I know. I just remember a group of men in black forcing their way through the gate and charging in here. They tied everyone up, took the matron up to the 2nd floor, and then... Next thing you knew, you were in a bed in the hospital in town, right? After which you found out that Rufina and I had come to rescue everyone, and that she had died in the process. That about right? Just what happened, Kevin. All I've heard is that it was the work of someone who opposed the church, but I haven't had a chance to meet you since then, much less to ask you about it. I tried asking Instructor Sehnsucht, but she wouldn't say a word. That doesn't surprise me. The Graz Ritter's commander can't admit this orphanage was being used as a smoke screen for an artifact that needed sealing away. It what? Wieso, warum, weshalb? Das war dann auch der Grund für den ganzen Angriff hier, oder was? Here we go. Aha. A secret passage. Sieht ganz danach aus. Wird das eventuell der nächste Dungeon werden? Wait. If there was an artifact here, you don't mean... Yep. Below here's a primer ground used to seal artifacts away, just like the one under Grancer Cathedral. Grace scheint da wirklich nichts von gewusst zu haben. Ich weiß noch, wie wir ganz am Anfang des Spiels mit Titas Mutter unter anderem die Treppe runtergelaufen sind. Also nicht genau die, sondern das war unter Grancer Cathedral halt. I'm sure you remember. The day it all happened, Rufina and I were due to come back here for the first time in a while. We were both coming from different places we'd been sent, so we wanted to meet up in town and come the rest of the way here together. But then her train was delayed, leaving me in town to wait for her alone. That was when I got word of what happened. Dieses Telefonat, dass ihr Zug sich verspätet, haben wir auch in so einer Nebenszene mal zu sehen bekommen, mit so einem Bild im Hintergrund, wie Kevin, glaube ich, telefoniert hatte, ne? Ja, so ähnlich wie hier gerade. All I could think was that you and the other kids were in danger, and so I decided to try and take out the Jägers here alone. They weren't all that experienced, so fighting them wasn't even hard for a squire like me. Before long I was able to disable them all and free the matron and the other kids. Or so I thought. You were nowhere to be seen. I asked the other kids where you were. They told me one of the Jägers had taken you somewhere else and that you were unconscious. I looked frantically all over trying to find you before eventually stumbling across this place. As for how... You remember how you didn't have your ribbon in your hair when you woke up, Reese? I do. What does that have to do with anything? I found that ribbon in front of the secret passage we've just gone through, and there were new footprints near it too, made it easy to find the entrance. Oh. Anyway, after getting in here, I made my way down the staircase in pursuit of the Jäger that had taken you. Dieses besagte Artefakt, hat das jetzt irgendwas mit der Welt zu tun, in der wir uns jetzt alle irgendwie befinden? Ich gehe mal stark davon aus, sonst hätte Kevin nicht gesagt, dass es auch für uns von Interesse wäre, mitzukommen. Hey Reese, do you remember what I was like back when you first met me? Yeah, I was still young at the time, but it's as fresh as if it were only yesterday. Oh, ich liebe diese Bilder immer. You looked like you'd been swallowed by blackness, like there wasn't a single thread of hope bound to you. It was scary. I kept wondering what must have happened to you, what you must have seen to make you end up that way. Haha, what must have happened to me, huh? Rufina seemed like she knew. Before I met you, I killed my mom. Das kam jetzt aus dem Nichts. Maybe killed isn't the right expression, it's not like I directly did it. I still let her die though. I've still got the responsibility for what happened. Ich hoffe, du wirst jetzt noch ein bisschen präziser. Das ist wahrscheinlich seine vielleicht falsche Interpretation, so nach dem Motto, er hätte sie retten können. Ich glaube nicht, dass er auf sie losgegangen ist und sie bewusst töten wollte. Growing up, it was basically me and my mom for the most part. My father showed his face from time to time, but not that much. From what I understand, he had another family elsewhere. But even without him, she did her best to look after me on her own. I loved her dearly. Kids in the neighborhood used to make fun of me for how I talked, which I got from her, but I just beat them up most of the time. She was always kind, she loved cooking, and yeah, I thought the world of her. Was ja nichts Schlechtes ist. When I was 7, my father, who had all the money in the world, chose to abandon her. At the best of times, she was always a frail person, and after that she grew more and more despondent. Her health suffered. I tried everything a kid could do to cheer her up, but nothing I did worked. And during one winter's day, when she must have finally had enough, she came over while I was sleeping and tried to strangle me. Ach du Scheiße. Oh mein Gott, okay. Ich sehe, worauf das hinausläuft. I fade as your mother. Jetzt habe ich den Anfang nicht gelesen. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. At least this way. At least this way the two of us can. Schrecklich. I guess she figured that if we were both going to suffer, we might as well take the easy way out as a family. But I wouldn't let her take me with her. Before I knew what I was doing, I pushed her aside and ran barefoot out into the snow. I wandered around for a while after that. I couldn't understand what had happened or what she'd been trying to do. Eventually I could feel myself getting hungry. I thought that maybe she'd been able to clear her head. I made my way back home, nervous as could be, and... Es war klar. Oh Gott, wie schrecklich. Trotzdem, ich bleib dabei, die Aussage, dass er sie getötet hat, stimmt für mich so nicht. Aber ich kann verstehen, dass er sich Vorwürfe macht. Deswegen schwierige, ganz schwierige Situation. Sorry for making you listen to all this. Still, I think that's probably when it happened. When my stigma was carved inside me. What? Krass. Also... Respekt an Kevin, dass er trotzdem noch so ein cooler und positiver Typ ist. Also zumindest verkauft er sich ja uns gegenüber so, ne? Auch schon im zweiten Teil. Aber das ist heftig. Einfach nur tragisch, ja. Kein Wunder, dass sie ihn aufgefunden haben wie ein Häufchen Elend, ne? Ich glaube, das würde keinem anders gehen. Schon wieder so ein wunderschöner Raum. Wow. Jetzt ballern sich ja aber mit die schönsten Ecken nacheinander raus. What a strange place. Who would have thought a place like this existed under an orphanage? This was when I finally caught up to the Jäger who had you with him. He probably didn't think anyone was gonna come after him. The second he saw me, he panicked, and putting his gun down, he ran over to his pedestal right in front of us. To this, nicht to his. On it was the artifact that required sealing away I mentioned earlier, the Spear of Loa. Oh, das Ding, was er als S-Craft einsetzen kann. What's the Spear of Loa? A malignant spear that transforms the body of its wielder into that of a monster. It's hard to believe something like that could be a gift from the goddess, right? In any case, the cornered Jäger grabbed it and used it. Oh oh. Wie sie da im Hintergrund liegt. I didn't stand a chance. Much as I tried, I wasn't any match for the inhuman monster before me. He knocked me to the ground and then went to raise the spear against the still unconscious you. That's all it took. Und dann hat er aber diese Kraft scheinbar irgendwie übernommen, ne? Sonst könnte er das ja jetzt nicht wirken. My stigma drew all of the spear's power from it into itself, and blasted it, magnified countless times over, into the Jäger's body. The result wasn't even a battle, our precious home became a slaughterhouse. By the end, he wasn't even recognizable, just thousands of lumps of flesh strewn all over the floor. After defeating him, my stigma's power was still coursing through my body. I'd never experienced anything like that before. I lost complete control of myself. At this point, Rufina arrived, and she seemed to understand exactly what had happened. Using her bow gun and Templar sword, she was able to separate me from you and prevent me from doing you any harm. And then... Will ich wissen, was als nächstes passiert? Nichts Gutes. Ja, das war abzusehen. When I returned to my senses, I was in her arms, dumbfounded. Her body was full of holes all over, but she hugged me as tightly as she could. That's when she drew her last breath. Alter Vater, dass der Junge noch ruhig schlafen kann. No. There it is, the truth you wanted. It wasn't that I couldn't save Rufina. I was the one who killed her, with my own hands right in front of you. But you didn't. I didn't want so, maybe not, but that's just an excuse. If I'd been able to control my stigma's power instead of letting it consume me and fill me with bloodlust, it wouldn't have happened. If I wasn't so weak, she'd still be alive today. Aber es war, wenn er diese Kraft nicht angenommen hätte, dann wäre Reese ja gestorben. Na, also wie er es gemacht hätte, es wäre so oder so jemand ums Leben gekommen. Und hätte er die Kraft nicht angenommen, wären vielleicht sogar beide gestorben. Also... Ja, aber ich würde mir an seiner Stelle wahrscheinlich auch Vorwürfe ohne Ende machen. That's not all either. Looking at her standing before me at that moment, she reminded me of my mother. She reminded me of Mom when she came to strangle me. Suddenly this feeling of betrayal welled up inside me, this desire for revenge, so I filled her full of spears. I loved them both. I wanted to protect them both. And what did I do? I killed them both. Me. Why did you... Why did I what? Why didn't you tell me this before? 5 years apart, and this is the first time you're telling me this? Sorry, I know I should have done it earlier. But now I have, and I'm ready for the consequences. So go on, if you want to avenge her, do it. If anything, it would make me happy if you did. You're so stupid! Okay, well, what are you... You think I want to avenge her? That's not what I'm angry at all. Why have you shouldered a burden that great all this time, all on your own? We're family, Kevin. Why didn't you ever talk to me? Why didn't you ever let me hug you? Why didn't you let me do anything to help you? Reese. Reese. I finally understand. I always thought you were hunting down heretics as some kind of atonement for letting Rufina die. But that's not it at all, is it? Come on, Reese. I finally understand. You don't want to atone for anything. You don't want to get rid of your sense of guilt at all. You... That's right, he wants to be punished for what he did. Oh nein. Oh nein. Musst ausgerechnet du dich jetzt hier einmischen. Die sind emotional gerade schon genug durcheinander. Oh, so you finally show yourself. So that's what they look like, huh? So that's what they look like, huh? You have my congratulations on making it this far. Beyond here lies the seventh plane, the place of my birth and the foundation of all planes hereafter. Thought so, and judging by how we have to go through here to get there, I was right, wasn't I? Right about what? Allow me to ask you once again. So, Kevin Graham, do you really want to see the face underneath this mask? Damn right I do. It's time to take that creepy mask thing and show us who you really are. Rufina, Argent. Was? Hahaha, with pleasure. Ernsthaft? Was? Rufina? I've missed you dearly, Reese. Bist du noch ganz sauber in der Birne? And as for you, Kevin, I'm impressed you were able to work out my real identity. It wasn't hard, I had a feeling from the start. The answer was right in front of my face the whole time, and your every taunt should have made me that much more sure. The only reason I couldn't be until now was because I didn't want to accept the truth. Quiet. You always were a weakling. You can imagine how surprised I was when you were able to defeat my strongest knight. You're talking about the Blade Lord? What connection does he even have to you anyway? I met him through my work, about 6 years ago. We were enemies at the time, but we managed to reach a compromise of sorts, and he felt he owed me a debt for as much. Alright, so you ended up summoning him in order to have him repay it. It's a crafty move, but that's not so out of character for you. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. Still, now that you've made it this far, I assume you understand what I'm trying to do? Yeah, and I'm ready. Take me away. Was? Wait! What are you two talking about? I would have thought you worked the answer to that out already, Reese. Do you recall what I said before? Kevin wants to be punished. Then you... I was born here in order to give him the punishment he strives for with his every breath. It was to that end that I recreated Phantasma into its current form and welcomed all of you here. All of this was a result of Kevin's desires. He wanted this to happen. You're lying. Sorry, she isn't. I couldn't tell you why it all actually happened, but what she says is true. No! Und wie soll diese Bestrafung jetzt aussehen? Willst du durch ihre Hand jetzt sterben, oder was? The seventh plane is likely somewhere made for the express purpose of punishing me over and over. A fitting hell for someone who let his own mother die and killed Rufina to suffer and rot. And once I'm dropped down there, this will all be over. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I think that might be a little hasty of a conclusion, don't you? I mean, I suppose it makes sense, but I still can't understand why. Uh-oh. Boah, Reese. Was geht hier ab? Ich glaube, ein trautes Happy End zwischen beiden wird es hier nicht mehr geben. What do you think you're doing, Reese? That's not a very nice thing to do to your sister. Shut up. You're not my sister. My sister would never do something like this. Never. Reese. You promised me, Kevin. You promised me that you'd never do anything that would make Rufina sad. So, what do you think you're doing? How can you believe sacrificing yourself for everyone would make her happy? Reese, stop. Hehehe, who are you to say it wouldn't? I might not be the real Rufina, but I'm a very close copy of her. Na, ich glaube, da sind wir uns alle einig, dass das nicht stimmt. Vielleicht äußerlich, aber der Rest... If Kevin wants to be punished, why wouldn't I want to give him his wish? Because that's not how Rufina was at all. She would never indulge something like that, not in 1,000 years. Think back to when you first met us, Kevin. You'd given up on the world, like you just wanted to disappear, but did she let you do that? No. She forced chocolate down your throat and dragged you right back into the real world, even when you didn't want to, whether you liked it or not. She... Vor allen Dingen kann ich auch verstehen, dass Reese so wütend ist auf ihn, weil hätte er sich ihr früher anvertraut, dann hätte sie ihm vorher den Kopf schon reinwaschen können mit dem, was sie jetzt sagt, ne? Und jetzt taucht ihr diese komische Illusion von Rufina auf und macht alles nur noch komplizierter. Haha, well, this is a surprise. You've grown a lot more than I was expecting if you're able to talk back to me. Stop talking to me as if you're my sister. You are not, and I won't stand for you defiling her any further. Well, if that's how you want to do things... Perhaps I should invite you in Kevin's place. Me? Oh nee, bitte kein One-on-One-Kampf. Ach du Scheiße. No! The rest of you can stand by and watch. Scheiße, okay, jetzt wird's richtig makaber. Ugh. What? It's the evil eye! Reese, stop this, Rufina. She's got nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but she has. Consider this another part of your punishment. After all, if she suffers for all eternity in your place, that's going to make you suffering all the more potent, isn't it? Please. Go ahead and do your worst. Oh? Reese? Drop me wherever you like. I will live. I'm never going to let Kevin be alone again. I will come back to him. Haha, fighting words, my sweet sister. We shall see whether you can make good on them. Ah. Ach du Scheiße, ich will gar nicht wissen. Ah. Dass Kevin jetzt mit dem Anblick ergehen muss. Kevin? Ha! Und schwupp. Spielen wir jetzt in der Hölle weiter? Wenn die geil animiert ist, gerne. Natürlich vorausgesetzt, beide überleben das. Ich will jetzt nämlich nicht, dass Reese stirbt. Hat die gerade ihren Schlüpper verloren? Was war dieses komische Textilteil, was da rumflog? Ich weiß es nicht. Hoffen wir einfach, dass Kevin sie irgendwie noch gerettet kriegt, wo auch immer die gerade hineinfallen. Hallo? Hey. Hey, Reese. Keep up. Wake up sollte das wahrscheinlich heißen. Hey, das erste Mal ohne Kopfbedeckung. Kevin? You okay? Feeling any pain? Ja, in ihrem Herzen ganz dolle wahrscheinlich, aber da nehmen die sich am Ende wohl beide nix. No, I'm okay, I think. But why are you... I fell through that crack alone. So why are you... You big dummy. Me? What were you thinking with all that taunting? Go ahead and do your worst. Drop me wherever you like, I will live. And just how do you know you will live? All right, you don't. But... You're a squire, aren't you? A rookie like you with no experience or proper judgment has no business making calls that put her own safety at risk. If you can promise to never do that again, then you and I both know you're not cut out to be part of the Gralsritter. That's probably what I should be saying anyway, but it would be real rich coming from me, huh? Ein bisschen. So I'll let you off with that little bob there. Huh? Wie hübsch sie einfach ist. Look around us. This is it, the 7th plane. Wow. Oh ja. Gehenna. Es sieht sehr beeindruckend aus. Ich hätte mir trotzdem gewünscht, dass wir hier nicht zu zweit nur spielen, auch wenn das für die Story natürlich interessant wird, aber trotzdem. Gehenna. Yep, it's just like the testaments brought to life. And I'm the one responsible for bringing it all. Oh. After all, if there's one place that's possible, it's Phantasma. I don't know how Rufina came back, but she did, with both memories and personality intact. And now I have the good fortune of being punished by one of the very people I wronged. I really couldn't think of a more fitting punishment for a bastard like me. Everything she said was dead on. More than anything, I wanted to be punished. I figured that by accepting that punishment, all of this would be done, and everyone else could go back to their lives. I thought I could be just like her, sacrificing my own life so everyone else could be saved. But that wouldn't make me like her at all, would it? No. She might have given up her life to save ours, but that wasn't because she was happy to throw away her life to protect someone else's. It was because she saw literally no other option. With me unconscious, she didn't even have the choice to retreat. There was no way out of the situation without one of the three of us losing our lives. That's the only reason she chose to do what she did. Yeah, she was never the kind of person who would praise self-sacrifice as some kind of virtue. She'd only ever accept it as an option if all the others had been exhausted, and it was truly the only way. Right, but this time that's not the case. You're here, I'm here, all of our friends are here. If we put our heads together, I'm sure we could have found another way out of here. One where no one would have to die. You must have realized that, and yet you tried to take the easy way out, didn't you? I hate to say it, but yeah, I did. That's a pretty shameful thing for a Dominion to be doing, huh? Haha, see? I've got no right to be criticizing you. I'm even less fit to be a knight than you. Still, standing around lamenting my own failings isn't gonna get us anywhere, so if you're up for walking, let's get ourselves out of here. Come again? What are you looking so surprised for? You didn't think I was gonna stay here and accept being punished for all eternity, did you? Well, either that, or stay here and wait for Rufina to show up again. Listen here, Reese. I'm not gonna deny that there's a part of me, a big part, that wants to be punished for what I did. Or that there's a part of me that was overjoyed to see Rufina again, however it came to be. But I'm not alone down here. You're here with me, and believe me, that changes everything. As long as you're here, I'm not staying in this hellhole a second longer than I have to. We're getting out of here, you and me, no matter what it takes. Right, right. Ach, ist das schön. Das ist ja... Könnte hier echt zum schönsten Paar des ganzen Spiels werden. Die machen ja, wenn das hier so weitergeht, noch Joshua und Estelle Konkurrenz. Auch wenn das schon schwer zu toppen ist, aber die arbeiten gerade ganz gut dran. So, dann lass uns mal gucken. Ausgestattet habe ich Reese beim letzten Mal ja schon mit allem drum und dran. Können wir mal gucken, ob es hier Gegner gibt. Ich gehe mal davon aus, warte mal, haben wir eine Karte? Ja. Ich gehe mal davon aus, was ist das? Dass wir hier gleich auch kämpfen werden. Strange power is overflowing from the orb. Ah, hier können wir also resten. Das unterstreicht nur die Theorie, dass es gleich mit Monstern weitergehen wird. Und wir werden jetzt hier gerne noch reinschnuppern. Aber das Gebiet endgültig auskundschaften, das wird dann eher beim nächsten Mal passieren. Och, ich mag den Aufbau. Der ist schön. Und der Ort ist wieder so super beruhigend, so wie zuletzt eigentlich alle Ecken, die wir ausgekundschaftet haben. Bug that crawls around Gehenna, contains many poisons and can use a recovery liquid too. Auch das noch. Okay, warte mal. Hier haben die endlich mal wieder ein bisschen was an... Ach, guck mal, ihre Kopfbedeckung hat sie auch jetzt... Das war ihr Kopftuch, was sie verloren hat, als sie runtergefallen ist. Als ich noch ganz ketzerisch vom Schlüpper geredet habe. Ja, ja. Na gut. Sollte, glaube ich, mit unserem jetzigen Level nicht das Thema werden. Ich habe meine Sepit-Obergrenze für die Roten erreicht. Wo gibt's denn sowas? Kann ich mich eigentlich rausporten? Nee. Das geht hier nicht. Wer weiß, vielleicht werden wir hier sogar die letzte Stardoor finden. Irgendwie sieht der Gegner niedlich aus. Mit seinen Watschehändchen. Na gut, wenn man sein Gesicht sieht, eher weniger. So, was seid ihr? Merman. A merman that wanders Gehenna aimlessly can shoot water to hinder its foe's movement. Diese Mermans, die haben mich in Xenogears richtig aufgeregt. Schon wieder voll die Erinnerungen hoch hier. So, warte mal, ich hatte jetzt aber ein Preemptive, ne? Das heißt... Oh, ey, wie der gerade dieses Futzchen an Energie noch über hat. Okay, ich schaffe es nicht, nur mit normalen Angriffen das zu überstehen, ohne selber Schaden zu fressen. Das heißt, wenn wir das nächste Mal vor 3 stehen, dann wird der gute Kevin auch mal zaubern. Okay. Wobei, sie wird jetzt durch dieses Level-Up alleine wahrscheinlich den nächsten Gegner dann auch umgenietet bekommen. Oder so viel Schaden machen, dass 2 Angriffe ausreichen. The chest is empty. Alles klar. Das wäre mir nicht aufgefallen. Danke für den Hinweis. Manchmal ist es doch ganz gut, wenn man Dinge erklärt bekommt, wie ich den Ort gerade feiere, weil der so tiefenentspannt ist. So, hier sollten wir jetzt aber zaubern. Warte mal. Sollte ausreichen. Sie kann sich dann den hinteren vorknöpfen. Und ein Hellgate. Jawohl. Wenn Master Kevin am Zauberstab ist, dann ist das gut für unsere Sicherheit. So. Hier wird es 100 Pro auch eine Kiste geben. Jawohl. Tabernaculum. Irgendwie haben ihre Waffen auch voll die interessanten Bezeichnungen, finde ich, wenn man die so überblickt. Die klingen alle irgendwie so überirdisch, finde ich. A Templar Sword unearthed from an ancient tomb. Warte mal, 1100 Range 2 und Arts. Finde ich das andere besser, aber auch nur, weil sie nicht zaubert, ne? The chest is empty. Das scheint jetzt hier der Standardtext zu sein, oder was? Na gut, von mir aus. Okay, ihr Lieben, dann werde ich jetzt hier mitten in diesem wundervollen und doch irgendwie hochdramatischen Dungeon den Part beenden. Bedanke mich fürs Einschalten und würde mich sehr freuen, wenn wir uns beim nächsten Mal an diesem wundervollen Ort wiedersehen. Danke fürs Einschalten und bis dann. Ciao!